some more encouraging words.
Well, given that we just saw some fire in the middle of the fellowship hall here, perhaps I should advance to a more educating area where we shall learn how to be more safe. I have here a rendition from Johnny Smith of Walk, Don't Run. You may remember that was an instrumental. I do have something from the law firm of Dorshek and Gregor. Safety dance. We can dance if we want to. We can leave your friends behind because your friends don't dance, and if they don't dance, well, they are no friends of mine. I say we can go where we want to, a place they will never find. And we can act like we come from out of this world, leave the real world far behind. We can dance. Come see. We can go where we want to. The night is young, and so am I. And we can dress real neat from our hands to our feet and surprise them with a victory cry. I say, we can act if we want. If we don't, nobody will. And you can act real rude and totally removed. And I can act like an imbecile. I say, we can dance. We can dance. Everything is out of control. We can dance. We can dance. We're doing it from wall to wall. We can dance. We can dance. Everybody, look at your hands. We can dance. We can dance. Everybody taking the chance. Safety dance. Will safety dance. Yes, safety. We can dance if we want to. We've got all your life and mine. As long as we abuse it, we will never abuse it. We will never lose. Everything will work out all. I say we can dance if we want. We can leave your friends behind. Because your friends don't dance. And if they don't dance, well, they're just no friends of mine. We can dance. We can dance. Everything is out of control. We can dance. We can dance. We're doing it from wall to wall. We can dance. We can dance. Everybody, look at your hands. We can dance. We can dance. Everybody taking the chance. Safety dance. We will safety dance. Yes, the safety dance.
Thank you, Pastor. Well, let's see here. There's a lot of morons out there among us. There's this large company. Feeling it was time for a shake-up, this company hired a new CEO. The new boss was determined to rid the company of all slackers. On a tour of the facilities, the CEO noticed a guy leaning on a wall. The room was full of workers, and he wanted to let them know that he really meant business. He walked up to the guy leaning against the wall and asked, "How much money do you make a week?" A little surprised, the young man looked at him and replied, "I make $400 a week. Why?" The new CEO then handed the guy $1,600 in cash and screamed, "Here's 4 weeks' pay. Now get out and don't come back." Feeling pretty good, the CEO, about himself, he looked around the room and asked, "Does anyone want to tell me what that goofball did here?" From across the room came a voice, "Pizza delivery guy." next act, Sharon and Crew, entitled The Morons, or Oxymorons.
As you know, I lost my voice about 3 weeks ago, and it hasn't come back slowly. I was going to sing all the arias from Wagner's operas, but since my voice didn't come back, I decided to do my act. Thank you. And my act was called Sharon and Her Morons. And I thought my choir would help me with it, but they were busy. So I am doing this all by myself. But no, they're going to do something at the end with me. So this is just Sharon the Moron. And these are oxymorons. I want you to think about these. Last week, a couple weeks ago, Mom and I went to a restaurant, Mom's favorite restaurant. And we had to ask, why is it called Eden Park? Don't you park first and then eat? And as you peruse the menu, what's up with the jumbo shrimp? You know what? If you have a vacuum cleaner, is it good if it really sucks? Why is the third hand on your watch called the second hand? If a word is misspelled in a dictionary, how would we ever know? And if Webster wrote that first dictionary, where did he get the words from? Why do we say something is out of whack? What the heck is a whack? And why does slow down and slow up mean the same thing? And why do people say fat chance or slim chance, and they mean the same thing? And why do tugboats push their barges? And why do we sing, take me out to the ball game, when we're already there? And why are they called stands when you sit on them? And why is after dark called that when it's really after light? And doesn't expecting the unexpected make the unexpected expected? And why are a wise man and a wise guy the opposites? And why does overlook and oversee mean the opposite things? And what every second grader wants to know? Why is phonics not spelled the way it sounds? And why, if work is so terrific, why do we have to get paid to do it? And if all the world is a stage, how come you're all sitting? And if love is blind, why is that doggone lingerie so popular? And here's one. If you're dyslexic and cross-eyed, is the world okay? Why is it when you're remote control, batteries are going dead? Then you press on. Okay. Okay, I'll be fine. Why do we put suits in garment bags? And why do we put garments in a suitcase? And how comes abbreviated is such a long word? And then Elmer's Company, why doesn't their glue stick to the inside of their bottle? And why do they call it a TV set if you only need one? Why do you park in your driveway and drive on the parkway? And my favorite one, Christmas. Forgive us, Lord. What time of the year do you sit in front of a dead tree and eat candy out of socks? The end.
Thank you, Sharon. All right. Okay, next up, some more encouraging words. There you go.
Speaking of driving in public, there's a little poetry about driving. One foot on the brake and one on the gas. Hey, well, there's too much traffic. I can't pass. No. So I tried my best. Illegal move. Well, that black and white gone and touched my groove again. Going to write me up a 125. Post my face, wanted dead or alive. Take my license. All that jive. I can't drive 55. Oh no. So I signed my name to number 24. And the judge said, boy, just once more, I'm going to throw your body into the city joint. Looked me in the eye and said, you get my point. I said, oh yeah. Write me up a 125. Post my face, wanted dead or alive. Take my license, all that jive. I can't drive 55. You see, when I drive that slow, you know, it's hard to steer. And I can't get my car out of second gear. What used to take 2 hours now takes all day. It took me 16 hours to get to LA. Going to write me up at 125? Post my face, wanted dead or alive. Take my license, all that jive. I can't run. 50. No, no, no.
Thank you, Pastor. And next up, we have Julia Kuntz singing Reflection from Mulan.
Don't
Perhaps this may have Julia want to pursue again her license. While riding in my Cadillac, what to my surprise, a little Nash Rambler was following me, about 1/3 my size. The guy must have wanted to pass me up, as he kept tooting his horn. I'll show him that a Cadillac is not a car to fool. Beep, beep.
Beep, beep.
Beep, beep.
Beep, beep.
His horn went.
Beep, beep, beep.
I put my foot down to the floor to give the guy the chase. But the little Nash Rambler stayed right behind. He still had on his brake. He must have thought his car had more guts. Kept on tooting his horn.
Beep, beep, beep.
I'll show him that a Cadillac is not a car to be scorned. Beep, beep.
Beep, beep.
Beep, beep.
Beep, beep.
His horn went.
Beep, beep, beep.
My car went into passing gear as we took off in the dust. As soon as we were doing 90, I must have left him in that. When I peeked in my mirror of my car, what? I could not believe my eyes. The little Nash Rambler was right behind. Do you think the guy could fly? Beep, beep.
Beep, beep.
Beep, beep.
Beep, beep.
His horn.
Beep, 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 beep.
Now we're doing 110. It certainly was a race. For that Rambler to pass a cat, it would be a big disgrace. For the guy who wanted to pass me, he kept on tooting his horn. I'll show him that a Cadillac is not a car to be scorned. Beep, beep.
Beep, beep.
Beep, beep.
Beep, beep.
His horn went beep,
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 beep.
beep.
Now we're doing 120, as fast as I could go. The Rambler pulled alongside of me as if I were going slow. The fellow rolled down his window and yelled at me to hear. Hey, buddy, how do you get this car out of second gear?
Never falls.
Well, we have a well-known friend with us. That's right, her name is Ivy. This comedy routine will be performed by Jonathan and Tom Hooper. What can I say?
Very pretty music. Hi, everyone. I see some of my friends. There's Jim, Bill, and Sharon. Hi, guys. How you doing?
Pretty good.
For those of you who don't know me, my name is Ivy, and I'm as sweet as apple cider. And you know I'm 100 years old. Don't I look like a million? Every year of it. You know, I did have some troubles getting my car started tonight. So my neighbor came down and he said, Ivy, did you try choking it? I said, no, but I certainly felt like it. You know, my girlfriend, she gets tickets for speeding sometimes, but my driving's so bad, I'll get season tickets every year. Yeah, and I seem to be forgetting things anymore. I'm forgetting this and forgetting that, so I went to my doctor about my loss of memory, and he made me pay in advance. I'll wait while you catch up. So he did tell me to get some exercise, so I figured I'm going to get my iron every day by golfing. Okay. Well, anyway, I think I'm going to quit because I found out it might not be good for my health. Well, strokes on the first hole. And, you know, I do smoke, and I've never really rolled my own cigarettes till now, so that gives me a little exercise as well. Excuse me, I'm a little parched. I'm going to have a little water.
Yeah, very good stuff.
You know, I'm getting so tired, too. Of course, I think it's my own fault. I should stop chasing after my boyfriend, Jack. Jack has such a sympathetic face. It has everyone's sympathy. And he'd be a marvelous dancer if it weren't for two things.
His feet.
His feet, you got it, brother. Yeah, you know, when I look at Jack, time stands still. Why, he has a face that could stop a clock. Yeah, and you know what? I found out he had a glass eye. He never told me before, but it came out in the conversation. Jack believes in long engagements. You see, he's an actor. I told him it was nice of him to take me to the dance. He said, not at all, Heidi. It was a charity ball. You know, I do like Jack, though. Of course, he's worth in the neighborhood of, $1 million, and that's my favorite neighborhood.
Yeah, right.
Whatever. So anyway, you know, I read the other day that a woman in Kansas City cremated her third husband. Isn't that the way some of us can't even get one and others have husbands to burn? Did you know scientists claim that the average person speaks 10,000 words a day? And of course, I'm way above average. And no wonder they call our language the mother tongue. Men don't get a chance to say much of anything. God, I thought you'd react better, guys. So anyway, I continue to go to the Y, and we take aerobic classes, my girlfriends and I. My one girlfriend, let me tell you about her, she thinks no man's good enough for her. She might be right, but she might be left too. She's not completely useless, though. 5 charm schools are using her as a bad example. And my other girlfriend, well, she swears she's never been kissed by a man. Well, that's enough to make any girl swear. See, I told you I'm forgetting things. My best girlfriend, Elvira, well, I'll tell you what. Her husband's a millionaire since she married him. He was a billionaire before. Sometimes, though, I think of my late husband. Yeah, we met in revolving doors. That's when we started going around together. Oh, boy. We're in trouble. Well, you know, he died after drinking 5 quarts of shellac. Yeah, well, at least he had a good finish. I remember one day I had a wreck in my car. Yeah, 6 months later I married him. I took him for better or for worse, but I didn't take him for good. You know, sometimes we would fight and argue. He told me to go to the devil. That's when I went straight home to mother. You know, when we were first married, he bought me a squirrel coat. Can you believe it, a squirrel coat? I said, you expect me to wear this the rest of my life? He said, why not? The squirrels do. He was so understanding, though. Yeah, one day I baked him a cake and the dog ate it. He came home, I told him, he said, Ida, don't worry, I'll buy you another dog. He asked me if I wanted to be president or vice president. I said, neither, I want to be treasurer. I like money. He was a saver. My, oh my, was he a saver. And he gave me some good advice. He told me to put $200 in the bank every month. And I did. It was easy. I simply tore up all the bills. handsome when I need money. I say, handsome over. One day he left me and he was gone for 3 years. I thought maybe it was something I said that annoyed him. Well, when he returned, I broke an umbrella over his head. It was an accident. I had no intention of breaking the umbrella. I know he was crazy about me, though. He said such nice things in his sleep about me. Except he called me the wrong name. He reminded me of the ocean. Oh, no, not wild, romantic, and restless. He just made me sick. I asked him if he'd love me if my hair turned gray. He said, Ivy, why not? I loved you every other time you changed your color so far. And to tell you about my nephew, well, he really has an important job now. He has 5,000 people under him. He mows the lawn in the cemetery. Yeah, he used to work at an orange juice factory, and they had a sign above his head that said, concentrate. And he was fired from the, from the glue factory. They said he gummed up the works. And they kicked him out of the Navy. You see, he was aboard a submarine, and he liked to sleep with the windows open. Well, anyway, folks, I gotta get home and look for my pet canary. I vacuumed the house the other day, and I can't seem to find them. And I have to go look for my glasses. I lost them, and I can't look for them until I found them again. So remember, folks, it's better to be over the hill than under the hill. Goodbye!
And here is another reading from our pastor.
A Western from the Brothers Blue. Rolling, rolling, rolling. Rolling, rolling, rolling. Rolling, rolling, rolling. Wow. Rolling, rolling, rolling. Though the streams are swollen, keep them doggies moving. Wow. Rain and wind and weather, held, bent, or leather, wishing my gown by my side. All the things I'm missing, good fiddle, loving kiss, are waiting at the end of my life. Move 'em up, head 'em out, head 'em up, move 'em up. Move 'em on, head 'em up, raw. Count 'em out, ride 'em in. Ride 'em in, count 'em out. Count 'em out, ride 'em in. Raw. Keep moving, moving, moving. Through their disapproving, keep them doggies moving. Raw. Don't try to understand them. Just rope 'em, throw 'em, break. Soon we'll be living. I am one. My heart's calculated. My true love will be waiting at the end of my way. Move 'em on, head 'em up. Head 'em up, move 'em on, head 'em up. Wow. Count 'em out, ride 'em in, count 'em out. Count them out, ride them in. Wow.
Okay, thank you, Pastor. Okay, next up. If we're ready. Julia. right, hold on, folks.
Over here.
Oh, there, where did you put that? You guys ready? Okay, next up is Donna and Sharon and Bunny Fufu.
Little bunny foo-foo hopping through the forest, picking up the field mice and bopping on the head.
Down came the good fairy, and she said,
Little bunny foo-foo, I don't want to see you picking up the field mice and bopping them on the head. Now listen, little bunny foo-foo, you better be good, because if I see you doing those bad things again, something's gonna happen to you.
Little bunny foo-foo hopping through the forest, picking up the field mice and bopping them on the head. Down came the good fairy, and she said,
Little bunny foo-foo, you broke your back. I've been seeing you scooping up the field mice and bobbing them on the head. Now listen, bunny foo-foo, we had a talk about this yesterday, and I told you I didn't want you doing that to those little baby little field mice. I already told you once. I'm going to give you one more chance. You better behave.
Little bunny foo-foo hopping through the forest, picking up the field mice and bopping them on the head.
Camping out.
Down came the good fairy, and she said,
Little bunny foo-foo, I've had enough of this. You should be scared. Don't pee your pants. I told you not to be mean to those little field mice, and you didn't listen. So you must take your punishment. Poof! And the moral of the story is, hair today, gone tomorrow.
Okay, thank you, ladies. Next up, ladies and gentlemen. You too, Dad. We have Pastor for more encouragement.
From the first book of the Scripture, loosely translated. Look up on the wall. There on the floor. Under the pillow. Behind the door. There's a crack in the mirror. Somewhere there's a hole in the window. Do you think I am to blame? Tell me, do you think I am to blame? When they do it, you're never there. When they show it, you stop and stare. Abacat. He in everywhere. Abacat. If you're wrapping up in the world, because you've taken someone else's girl, when they turn on the pillow, even when they answer the telephone. Do you think that by now? Tell me, don't you think that by now? When they do it, you're never there. When they show it, you stop and stare. Abacat. He's in everywhere. Abacat. You want it? You got it. You got it. You want it? You got it? Now you know. It's an illusion. It is a game. Or a reflection of someone else's dream. When you wake in the morning, wake and you find it is covered in cellophane. Well, there's a hole in here somewhere. Yes, there's a hole in here somewhere. Hey, there's a hole in here somewhere. Now there's a hole in here somewhere. When they do it, you're never there. When they show it, you stop and stare. Abacat. He is in any Abacat.
Thank you, Pastor. Well, folks, you know, the older I get, my memory isn't as sharp as it used to be. You know, the older I get, my memory isn't as sharp as it used to be. By the time you're 80 years old, you've learned everything. You only have to remember it. Old is when your friends compliment you on your new alligator shoes and you're barefoot. And when you're cautioned by your doctor to slow down instead of by the police. You know, I knew a gentleman that stopped into a diner who was so old he ordered a 3-minute egg from the cook. He demanded he pay for it up front. And some advice for you folks out there, no matter what you look like, marry someone your own age. And when your beauty fades, so will your eyesight. And without further ado, I'd like to introduce Kirsten and John in their skit, Old Friends.
Oh, hi there, old buddy.
Oh, hello there.
Oh. Watch out, the pigeons have been here.
Oh, crap.
It's a beautiful day in the park.
Oh,
Yeah. Well, I haven't seen you for some time, old buddy.
Oh, nice day, isn't it?
I don't know yet.
You coughed more easily this morning.
I should. I've been practicing all night.
What are you taking for your cold?
I don't know. What will you give me?
You know, I'm so full of penicillin that every time I sneeze, I cure a dozen people.
Wow. You know, I've been seeing spots in front of my eyes.
Have you seen a doctor?
No, just spots.
I kept hearing music every time I put my hat on. Finally, I went to the doctor and he fixed me up. He took out the band.
We'll wait till you catch on. Did you know that every time I breathe, someone dies?
Have you tried mouthwash?
These pesky mosquitoes?
Why are you scratching yourself?
Because no one else knows where I'm itchy.
Oh, do you see that beautiful tree?
Oh,
I
yeah.
wonder what kind it is.
Well, that's a dogwood.
decided to bring my dog with me to the park.
Yeah, I'm taking my dog for a walk in the park too.
But why are you making faces at my dog?
Well, he started it. So why does your dog look so mean then?
Oh, when he was sick, he ate a lot of crabgrass.
Looks like a smart dog though.
Smart?
Yeah.
You better believe it. All I have to tell him is, are you coming or aren't you? And he either comes or he doesn't. But the other day I called him, Rover, Rover, Rover. Oh,
Oh my.
all day long, he didn't come.
Why is that?
Thank you. Because his name is Duke.
Oh.
What kind of dog do you have?
Well, he's a police dog.
He doesn't look like a police dog.
That's because he's in the